Hey everyone, so it's been a while since I've done a perfume video. Finally, we got some good men's fragrances, but before I get into it, um, I also have one of my friends, Kevin from Soco Parfums. He's got his own brand out now. It's called Soco Parfums. He's got heaps of good new fragrances. There's Honey Pie, which kind of smells a little bit like Suede Origani. It's like this baked apple pie smell. There is Petrichor Rain. Petrichor Tea, which kind of smells like Oolong Cha. It's got like this nice tea smell. Petrichor Tea. The other one is a ginger fragrance. It's got like this vibrato smell. It's really nice, but way more realistic. The ginger is definitely more realistic and spicy. So the other one is Vanilla Venom, which is a nice heliotrope vanilla fragrance, but it's got rum in there, which makes it unisex. And the other ones were, I think, Yuzu Juice Box, which you've seen online. This one's been promoted online a lot. Very nice, fruity, tropical scent. You got another two. I forgot what these ones are called. This is like a sandalwood kind of smell. It smells like Santal 33. There's another one called Plum on Fire, which is a nice kind of smells like amouage fragrances. It's got like that myrrh incense smell with that plum in there too. So yeah, I just wanted to shout out my friend Kevin because his brand, he's got pretty much a fragrance for everyone. Soco Parfums, check it out. And I'm generally promoting it because I generally think he's got one fragrance for everyone to check out. And he's my friend too. So he didn't sponsor me or tell me to do this. I'm just giving him a shout out because you know why? You start off small and you build it up and you got to have some support. So let's get into the video. I got the first one. First fragrance for men. It's from Creed. It's Wild Vetiver. So this kind of has like a tea and rose smell to it. Doesn't really smell that much like Vetiver, but I'm going to go through this list pretty quickly and just read out some notes in it. So you got bergamot, pink pepper, tea myrrh, rose, blackcurrant, vetiver, amberwood, and cedar. Really nice, clean, woody, slightly green and rose fragrance from Creed. And I think it's one of Creed's best newer releases. So yeah, definitely check this one out. Also, unisex girls can wear it too. So the next one is by Zara. It's called Bogoss Coco Suede or Vibrant Leather Bogoss Coco Suede. So the name's kind of long to read out, but it's pretty much like Virgin Island water and those pina colada style fragrances. It's got pineapple, coconut, mineral notes, sea salt, sandalwood, and suede. A little bit more of a sweeter take on that Virgin Island water smell, but I think this is really good. So next fragrance is by Comme des Garcons. This is called Zero, and it's kind of got like that synthetic molecule style to it, but done very well. I think of it more as like a musky, woody fragrance, but it's got rose oxide, it's got cashmere and musk, bergamot, cedar vetiver, and varnish. So the notes are a little bit weird, but think of it as a clean, musky wood and like ambroxan and molecules and stuff like that. Um, I put a lot of fragrances on this list that people don't know about, or some of them are new, or just kind of stuff that I feel like more people should be wearing. So the next one is Dolce & Gabbana Velvet Infusion. Again, it's another tea style fragrance. It's got mates, black tea, mandarin, bergamot, pink pepper, cedar. This is kind of like a slightly different take on that imagination DNA, which you would have smelt in a few other fragrances too. But this has this kind of like its own identity while it still kind of has a little bit of that imagination smell to it. So next is Le Beau, and this is Bay 19. It's got juniper berries, ambroxan, musk patchouli, ozonic notes, and green notes. I just think of it as a nice musky, woody fragrance with a bit of this like unique smell to it. So next is by Heretic Parfums. It's called Dirty Hinoki. This one is got quite a lot of notes in it and quite a lot of green notes. It's pine tree, cedar, lemon, nutmeg, thyme, hinoki wood, cypress fir, frankincense, elemi and bretalide and wormwood. So quite a unique note breakdown compared to all the stuff you see these days. I think it's pretty good fragrance. No one really knows about it because Heretic isn't really that popular of a brand. But I did try it, and I think it's my favorite from the Heretic fragrances. Sorry, I'm kind of like rushing through this list as well. My computer's not plugged in; it's not charged, so I'm trying to get through it before I run out of battery or memory. And I'm kind of tired as well. I've been walking around the city all day. So, next is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue EDP. I didn't know if I should put this in the list because I kind of like it, but I kind of don't like it. But I feel like it's got a little bit of that YSL DNA in there with that juniper smell. But it gets a little bit weird because it's got like that seawater, that funky seaweed smell. Um, if you've tried Pacific Rock Flower by Goldfield and Banks, it's got that weird, funky, seaweedy smell. Very marine. Combine like YSL with that. But the actual official notes are citrus, cardamom, seawater, juniper berry, cypress, ambroxan, cedar patchouli, and yeah, like I think it's got seaweed in it, but it's not really listed as seaweed. Yeah, but it's not bad. I like it. I'm putting it in the list because it is kind of one of the better new releases anyway that came out. Um, so another one is another weird kind of aquatic, funky scent. So not really for everyone, but definitely try it. It's called Ocean of a Midnight Moon by Simone Andreoli. This one's got seawater, juniper berries, driftwood, fir, myrtle, mint, citruses, oak, and the leather is what gives it the funkiness. So the leather, I feel like, makes it a little funky, but not to the point where it's like Quentin Bisque, Ganymede, that style. It's not really that overpowering. It's challenging, but I feel like there is enough good things about this fragrance where it's like, okay, you can enjoy it without it being too overpowering. So for a marine kind of smell, this one is kind of unique as well. So next is by Trudon. It's called Mystique. This one's more unisex. I was actually going to put it in the girls list, but I'm like, why not? Like guys can wear it too. So it's got saffron, leather, cedar, sherwood, sandalwood, papyrus, and ebony wood. I just think it's a nice kind of like saffron fragrance, like a nice sweet saffron smell. Um, that's what I get is like that generic saffron smell, but more woody and a little bit more complex than your typical kind of saffron fragrance. So next is by Chloe. Had to put a Chloe fragrance in here because I feel like generally they got some good stuff. Vert Soleil or Vert Soleil. It's pretty much a nice green mandarin with some florals, some musk, woods, and it's nice clean freshness to it, which I can only describe as like effervescent or very sparkling quality. Nice clean and airiness to it, like a nice. It's hard to explain. It's got like this airy nature to it. So combine that with like that musk that they use in a lot of their fragrances too. That's unisex as well. So Vert Soleil can be worn by girls, guys. It's just in this guys list because honestly, I was struggling to find a lot of guys fragrances for a while. So I started this list off with some unisex stuff. Um, so next is a clean fragrance. This is called Rain Reserve Blend. So here's the thing. This one got that petrichor earthy smell to it. So it's very unique in the fact that it smells like melon in the opening, and then it's got that bergamot with that earthy petrichor and mineral notes, water lily, narcissus, daisy. Um, but yeah, I thought it was a fruity fragrance at first. So I was like, here's another fruity fragrance, and then it changed into like this really earthy smell. Like if you've been outside when it's like a thunderstorm, that that smell, like that earthy petrichor. So yeah, it's not really for everyone. It's not really the most beautiful smell. Like, it's more of a fun kind of experience fragrance, something you want to experience. Maybe not something you would wear, but something you want to try out and smell for the sensory experience of it. So for the rest of this list, I'm going to try go a little bit faster because I have quite a lot to go through. Next is by Kajal. It's called Masa. This is a nice fruity fragrance. It's got mirabelle, grapefruit, ginger, watery notes, patchouli, cardamom, petitgrain, vetiver, amber, guaiac wood, vanilla, violet, and cedar. So don't pay too much attention to the notes I read out. Just keep in mind this is a fairly unique fruity fragrance, and Kajal does that fruity kind of style probably the best out of the niche brands. But this is their most unique fruity fragrance they have as well. So no one really talks about this. That's why I wanted to put it in the list. So next is by YSL. It's called Muse, or Muse. It's got ink, orris, which is iris, lavender, incense, clary sage, vanilla, ambrette, amberwood. But in my opinion, I get more of that Luna Rosa Black smell, or that Tokyo Milk Dead Sexy smell. It's almost like a little bit rubbery, a little bit inky. The main smell is obviously vanilla, but then it's got that almost powdery Angelica type of musky smell as well. So I really like it. I layer this one with Luna Rosa Black. So if you want to do that layering combination, highly recommend doing that. It's really good. And yeah, like out of all the vanilla fragrances, this doesn't get talked about enough for being one of the best vanillas as well. So next is Comme des Garcons. Another one is called Sunscreen. So yes, it actually smells like sunscreen, but it's a really nice coconut fragrance, and you'll find some of these other fragrances are coconut fragrances, which was not intentional. It was just stuff that I liked. So this one has coconut, musk, peach, heliotrope, solar notes, bergamot, lily of the valley, and cedar. So yeah, if you get a chance to try Sunscreen by Comme des Garçons, nice for tropical islands, palm tree, coconut water type of smell. It's like, you know what I mean? It's beach vibes. It gives you beach vibes. So yeah, if you like that, go for it. The next one is by Guess, which is, I usually don't put many Guess fragrances in these lists, but this one smells like Versace Eros. It's called Iconic Blue. So yeah, Versace Eros type of smell, but the notes are a little bit misleading. It says citrus, sea salt, lavender, black pepper, tonka, geranium, cedar, and vetiver, but I would personally probably group the notes closer towards Eros, more like apple, mint, tonka, vanilla, and maybe some musk. That's what I would personally say the notes are, but Fragrantica is not always right with the notes, but let's, for the sake of this video, just stick with Fragrantica notes as I'm reading them out. But yeah, if you like Versace Eros, try this one. It's not better than Eros, but it's kind of same. So next is by Boss. This is the Striking Lavender. It's got mineral notes, lavender, well, a couple of types of lavender in there. It's got moss and woods, but I kind of was smelling it here on paper, Striking Lavender. And what I get is almost like a bit of a woody smell in there too. So it's got like this metallic metal smell, which I usually associate with like vetiver oil, like Java vetiver oil or something, especially when combined with lavender oil or lavender extract. It gives you that nice metal smell. So this is very masculine, but very clean, sexy fragrance too. Probably one of the best new releases, Striking Lavender by Boss. So next one is by Dolce & Gabbana. This is also from the Velvet collection. It's called Amber Skin. This is a truly unique fragrance in my opinion. It smells like spicy baby powder. And it's got lavender, silk tree blossom, citruses, resin, iris, leather, rose, jasmine, tolu balsam, vanilla, myrrh, opoponax, cinnamon, honey, amberwood, and cloves. So some of the notes may scare you, but just keep in mind it's mainly powdery, like that baby white powdery smell. with the spices to balance it out. So the spices are really good here. I'm not a fan of spicy fragrances in general, but this one I thought was so unique. It just really hooked me. Like it had that powdery baby wipe smell that I really love. So next is, I'm actually going to skip a few on this list because I don't need to put them in here. Let's go to the Maker. This one's called Libertine by a brand called the Maker. I tried this at Mecca in Melbourne, so on Burke Street. It's got pomelo, it's got lemon zest, starfruit, ginger, petitgrain, hibiscus, vetiver, ambergris, cedar. This brand needs more attention because they have like 2 bangers. I forget what the other one's called, but I think it's called Rebel or something. But Libertine by the Maker is really good. So if you want a nice freshie that's got like that fruitiness, almost like Xerjoff Renaissance vibes as well. This has kind of got like that similar vibe to it. I like it. So it's not like Versace Eau Fraiche. It's not like that. This one's closer to like Xerjoff Renaissance and that type of thing, in my opinion. So next is an ex Nihilo fragrance. This is Speed Legends. I just hate the name, honestly. I think Speed Legends just sounds really corny, but the fragrance itself is really good. This is like a musky wood fragrance, and it's got some blackcurrant, sage, citrus, amberwood, vetiver, tonka, pink pepper in there. But it's your pretty standard, clean, musky wood, and that's all you need to know. It's very nice, and I do recommend it. So next is Jean-Paul Gaultier or JPG Le Beau Narcisse. So I kind of was a bit put off with the La Mer and Le Beau fragrances for a while, but this Narcisse is unique enough for me to recommend. So this has got orange blossom, coconut, tonka, vanilla, vetiver, and bergamot. But the name Narcisse kind of made me think of narcissus flower, and the smell, that unique smell, I was kind of associating with narcissus flower as well. So I do think maybe there is that connection. Maybe narcissus flower is in here, which is what contributes to that slightly unique smell. But overall, this is creamy, musky. Some people see baby powder vibes from this one. I personally just get like a very smooth, creamy coconut and like florals. And musky, quite musky as well. Musky floral coconut. So next is by Invictus, well, Paco Rabanne, Invictus Elixir. This is not the Victory Elixir. This is just the original Invictus Elixir, the new one. So don't get confused with Victory Elixir. That's different. This has got mineral notes: salt, grapefruit, coconut, lavender, cypress, vanilla, caviar, cedar, benzoin, and moss. Now, very nice bubblegummy opening with this one, and a very weird dry down. It's quite salty, but it's unique in some ways where I don't think I've smelled anything that's kind of like that in the opening and dry down combined. So the opening's not original, the dry down's not original, but putting them both into the same fragrance almost doesn't really work, but it does. Like, it's weird. So this one is not safe to try. Like, it's kind of like, I want to say the opening doesn't match the dry down at all, but it's good. Try it. So next is Nautica Voyage Intense. I was waiting for this one to come out for ages, and then I finally found it in the store. This just smells like the original Nautica Voyage. Where is it? Here. Nautica Voyage Intense. Same smell. Less cucumbery, I guess. It's got apple, lotus, leather, sandalwood, cedar, and vetiver. And yeah, the leather in here is not off-putting at all. It's kind of like barely even noticeable. It just smells like that same watery Voyage smell. So shell gel, and I love it. Like, I've always liked Voyage. It's pretty safe, so that's a good one in my opinion. So next is by Byredo. This one's called Alto Astral. I don't know if you can read. My handwriting is really bad. Alto Astral. This again is like that saffron type of smell, but on Fragrantica, it says it's musky wood fragrance. So you get like musk, woods, cashmere and sandalwood, coconut water, aldehydes, incense, jasmine, amber. So yeah, ambery, saffron with that musky wood and coconut smell. I just put it in a list because this is an underrated Byredo fragrance, but yeah, it's unisex. So I feel like girls would probably like this one more than guys, just because of the sweetness in there. But it's very good. I like it. So next is Tom. Oh, here we go. Tom Ford Taormina Orange. Yeah, so this one I really like because of how realistic the citrus and orange is in here. Some people get more of a mandarin smell, which is cool. I personally think it's a little bit closer to like Ormonde and Tanger, like which has neroli in it. So I get neroli, orange, mandarin, orange blossom. But the actual official notes are blood orange, mandarin, lime, cardamom, bitter orange, orange blossom, floral notes, musk, patchouli, oak moss. And it has something slightly woody in here, or I don't want to say dirty, but it's got like an earthy kind of smell, which I just think is wood, like a woody citrus. But it's done quite differently. It's mainly orange, mainly an orange mandarin fragrance that's just got a very realistic natural smell, which is like, if you're going to do citrus, it's got to be very good quality. And this one, I feel like from Tom Ford, they've done a great job here. I'm not really a fan of Tom Ford, but this is, I got to give credit where it's due. Very nice Tom Ford fragrance and citrus fragrance. It doesn't smell like afternoon swim either, so kind of, I think they were going for the same thing, but they smell different. So next is, I don't actually have a test strip of it, but it's by L'Occitane, called Cedrat, or Cedrat by L'Occitane. It's got citron, lemongrass, ginger, nutmeg, woods, cedar, musk, and bergamot. Very simple again. It's just a nice, clean, woody cedar, musky fragrance. So if you like cedar as much as I do, then try this one. I love cedar and fragrances. I think it's a really good wood to use. So they've done a great job here. And no one really knows much about L'Occitane fragrances, so try this one out. The next is by Acqua di Gio, or I should actually say Amani, wherever my test strip is gone. What did I do with my test strip? Oh, here. My test strip of Acqua di Gio. This is the EDP Intense. So the EDP Intense is kind of newish. Maybe not the newest one, but in Australia it kind of came late, so it's kind of new for me. It's got green apple, aquatic notes, sage, wood, amber, bergamot. But all you need to know, it's less aquatic, less green, and more fruity. And I like that, honestly, because at one point they all started to smell the same. So it's good to have something more fruity that still has that DNA in it, but different enough where you're not sick of it. You put it that way. So this is really good. Really, like, I'm kind of addicted at smelling this one at the moment. So yeah, EDP Intense, Acqua di Gio. Love it. Definitely try that one. So next one is by Who is Elijah. It's called Chemical Addiction. Don't get confused. I had to use a Versace test strip for this one, but it's called Chemical Addiction. You can see I wrote it up there. And this is actually a musk therapy dupe by, I think it's an Australian brand called Who is Elijah. Well, I don't know if they're Australian, but that's what it says on Google or something like that. So, yeah, this is good. You know, musk therapy is like my favorite fragrance of all time. So this was like, I actually just finished my bottle of it, and I've been looking for something cheaper to buy. So maybe this one. This is under $200 for 100 ml. So you get a bigger bottle. It's cheaper, and the smell is pretty close. Like the name says, chemical addiction. The only downside is it smells a little bit more synthetic and chemically, and maybe not as smooth and sexy and cloud-like as Musk Therapy. So Musk Therapy is very soft, cloudy, silky, smooth, and this one's a little bit more harsh and rough. Obviously, it's cheaper and it is a dupe, but I haven't really smelt too many fragrances that captured the Musk Therapy kind of vibe, and this one does. It's got that Musk Therapy vibe, and you know what? I've actually got it on skin too, and it smells even better on skin than paper. It smells a little bit less harsh on skin, and on paper a little bit more chemicals. But really try this one. Like, I'm not doing a good job at saying how good it is, but it is amazing. It's got blackcurrant, musk, wood, bergamot, citrus, and that floral smell that you'd get from like magnolia or tagetes. So to finish this video, there's one more fragrance. Actually, I forgot. I had test strip for Speed Legends. That's a Speed Legends test strip. That's the Narcisse test strip, which I've had sitting on my table for a while, so it's not really fresh. But good longevity because it's been in my room for a couple of days. Then the last one is the new Jimmy Choo. It's the Demand Parfum, and this has a gold bottle, but it smells like a cross between YSL Myself and Ralph's Club New York, which ironically has a silver bottle. So I think they didn't want to make it silver, so they made it gold instead. But wow, this is like if you can't decide between Myself or Ralph's Club New York and you don't want to buy both of them, this is like a little middle ground fragrance where you can kind of get best of both worlds. It smells like blackcurrant, smells like musk. Fragrantica doesn't give you much to go by. It just says patchouli, black pepper, and bergamot. So I'm going to use my nose and say you get the lavender and orange blossom from Myself. You get the blackcurrant and the pepper and musk from Ralph's Club New York. And yeah, if you like those fragrances, Jimmy Choo is obviously a cheap brand, so you know it's going to be on discounters, easily available, cheap. And ironically, the performance of this has been pretty good on paper so far. So Jimmy Choo usually not the longest lasting fragrances. Something about Ralph's Club and Myself that was really good was they last a long time, but this just doesn't. I don't think this is going to last as long. Well, you put it that way. But on paper, it's actually done a pretty good job so far. But it's nowhere near as strong. Like, you can tell it's not going to last as long. Anyway, yeah, I think that's the whole list that I've got written down. I don't really know how many fragrances that was I went through, but just a reminder, the Coco Parfums fragrances, there's like 7 of them so you can check out. So if you're interested in checking out Coco Parfums, yeah, leave a video, review some of their fragrances, because I know Kevin would really appreciate that if you reviewed some of his fragrances. He likes honesty. He wants to know generally what people think about it. So, yeah, try it, review it, let Kevin know what you like. He might release some more stuff in the future. Who knows? So, yeah. My favorite out of all of these, that's tough. I think my favorite out of all this whole list, Striking Lavender, Chemical Addiction. What else have I got here? I don't know. Actually, I'm just gonna leave it at those two. Those are probably my favorite. Unless I look through my notes quickly and double check. I do like what's it called? The Muse, YSL Muse as well. That would be my third favorite. So yeah, check out YSL Muse. Chemical Addiction, Striking Lavender. That's my top 3 from the list, but you could also put Aqua di Gio Intense in the top 3 as well, if that's your vibe. So, peace, guys. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna probably post some dance tutorials because I got like a couple of maybe like 100 of them that I haven't uploaded. But I've just had them on a hard drive that I need to upload. So there's going to be some dance tutorials coming very shortly after these fragrance videos as well. Peace.